Hey friends, welcome back. Today is the first real snow we've had in Boston this winter, so I thought I'd take an opportunity on this work from home day to talk about something very relevant to a lot of us: burnout. For those of us with long, grueling commutes, there's nothing like a day at home to help you rest and reset. However, if your job is anything like mine, these days are few and far between, and it's not realistic that you only rely on them to make you feel okay. So today, I'm going to share 3 tips for you to combat burnout and survive the 9-to-5 grind when substantial breaks just aren't possible. The first tip I have for you today is to make the most out of your commute. If you take public transportation, I suggest you don't just sit on your phone, as this will make the commute go by faster, but also won't give you an opportunity to prepare for the day. Instead, I suggest you do something that makes you feel calm and present in that moment, such as reading a book, meditating if you have noise-canceling earbuds, or journaling. If you drive to work, you may take a break from listening to music to listen to a podcast or an audiobook instead. Just something that may stimulate your brain a little bit more and that you can learn from. Your commute is probably going to be your last opportunity, for a few hours at least, to take some time to yourself and do as you please. So I recommend you make the most out of it before you start work for the day. My next tip is to be intentional about how you spend your free time. Again, don't just come home and sit on your phone, but do something you truly enjoy. This could include visiting with some friends, but if you feel too exhausted or if the pandemic interferes with this, there are plenty of meaningful ways to pass the time just by yourself. I personally enjoy doing something creative, such as brainstorming ideas for YouTube or even filming, bullet journaling, organizing my space, or if I'm really sucked into the book I was reading on my commute home, I may even continue to read it. My friend made me this really cool journal for my birthday, and I've slowly been filling it with things that inspire me and bring joy, such as quotes, photos, and mementos. Another thing I really love doing is wrapping gifts. So around the Christmas season, one of my favorite things to do when I got home was to wrap 1 or 2 gifts every night. I find that the more intentional I am with my free time after work, the longer my nights feel, and this gives me a sense of better work-life balance. My third and final tip is to make time to rewind and reset every night. This doesn't need to be a lengthy process or even a set routine. It can take just a few minutes to prepare your mind to relax and sleep. Resetting for me includes resetting my space, my skin, and my mind. To reset my space, one of the first things I do when I get home is light a candle. This creates a nice, calming atmosphere for me to enjoy the rest of the night. Then, I usually do a quick tidy of any mess I made that morning or in the afternoon after changing out of my work clothes. Even if I know I'm going to create more mess the next morning, I can sleep better knowing that everything is where it belongs. Next, I never skip a night of skincare, and I think that's mostly because my skincare routine is so simple. I always wash and moisturize my face, and I usually use some sort of chemical exfoliant such as a retinol as well. Even if I'm feeling particularly tired, it only takes about a minute to wash up and moisturize, so there's never an excuse to skip it. Lastly, to reset my mind, I try to journal every night. Even if my entry is really short, I find that putting whatever thoughts I'm having on paper makes it less likely that I'll lie awake at night thinking about them. But if I really don't have it in me to journal, I almost always read a chapter or 2 of my book. Can you tell that I read a lot? I know you've heard this before, but I will make a special mention to how careful I am to not spend too much time on my phone before bed. This isn't just because the blue light might keep your brain awake, but it's also because I find that being on my phone makes the time pass by so much faster, and every minute in my afternoon is precious to me. Well, that's all I have for you today. I'd love to hear what you do to help yourself stay on top of feeling burned out. Until next time.